Hey you guys, welcome back. This is Damon D'Amico from D'Amico Dance Company in Houston, Texas. This is Kristen Reinhardt, and she's going to help me out with what we did in our advanced West Coast swing class on July 19th. So, stole this from Diego and Jessica. They just do cool crap all the time. So I saw them a little blurb or something passed on Instagram, and I was like, we need to break that down and give it to the peeps here at home. And now to you guys, obviously. So starting with a cross hand all the way through, we went like this. We went 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8, and 1, 2, redirect 3 and 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8, and 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, and 6. We played with that, lots of little nuances, and so we'll talk about those. This wasn't exactly what they did, so typically we'll take a concept, play with it, make it more practical for those of us that are a little more normal and aren't from the planet dance. So we go cross hand. So we bring her in, give her a little prep, keep it short. This is a spinning side pass as far as the lady's concerned, except that we're in the way. So she needs to keep her feet a little bit tighter than normal. So instead of giving her a normal one and a prep that moves across the slot, I like to say it moves across the slot at like 1 inch. So now I'm gonna move much less than that. But I normally open the door, the lady sees that she gets to go through. So she would do a spin traveling and ultimately would normally end 4 feet on the other side of us. So 2 things. One is, as soon as you ladies see that the gentleman is not leaving the slot, you should automatically decide to take smaller steps. I mean, he's in your way. He's asking you to spin, but he's in the way. On the flip side of that, you gentlemen should be going, hey, I want you to stay on this side of me, so I'm going to give her a tighter lead. I do that, one, by giving her just the start of a lead, and then she finds my hand waiting for her. So I'm finding compression here. Anytime we give the lady a compression lead, ladies, when we give you a compression lead, it tells you to close your feet. So instead of her taking a pivot turn, which I believe to be the standard for spinning in West Coast swing, because she has to travel about 9 feet, from 4 feet past me to 4 feet. So normally her feet would stay apart and she would do a pivot, not a chaîné. So just so you know, chaîné should not be taught as a basic. And so from here, because I give her compression, she'll probably close her feet on the 3. I'm going to continue to move backwards on the 3. She'll turn and separate her feet naturally on the end as she would even on a chaîné turn. And then from here, I step backwards. You can see that I am not taking this hand over my head. We'll talk about that again in a second. And then from here, as she comes toward me on the floor, I'm stepping back to give her this space to step in. And I'm using the heel of my hand to catch her, and this goes over the top of me, so this is 4. Using the heel of this hand, I'm going to send her away and catch her with my right hand pretty short right away on the 5, and I'm going to take my left hand up to this arm and trap her. So she really feels like she can't take this hand off of me, which is very Diego-like. So trapping her just a little bit. So this was 5, I bring her back in 6. From here, I want her to do an anchor. The trick to this really is to get a little stop in the middle, so it's a little more staccato, like cha-cha. If I want her to do this and actually triple, if I just give her a constant lead backwards, she doesn't necessarily know that I want her to do a triple step. So what I'm actually doing is getting her on the foot, checking her, and sending her back again. Now the more experienced girl is going to give that a little bit of a ripple. Da-da. At the end of that, when I get to the end of that anchor that I've now developed, and I say develop an anchor, meaning that we cause the triple to happen, where normally in most circumstances, the lady does the triple because it's her job. At the end of that, I take my pinky finger away from her back a little bit, enticing her to allow her hip to outrun her shoulders just a little bit. So this went 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8, and let that outrun. From here, when we go to do the redirect, I'm going to leave my feet like they are, maybe take a little step back so that my base is wide, and we do a 1, 2. I'm just transferring weight in opposition to her on 3, and then I pick this up. The real gold nugget here is that I'm catching her by her tricep with the back of my right hand. So I need to make sure that I've got contact as usual like this, but it's really like, oh, I'm hitchhiking her, hey, thumbs up. So I'm catching her right here. That's what I'm catching her with, not my fingers on her back, on her scapula. Don't do that to the girl. This hand really just indicates which way she's going to go through. Don't curl this too much, and the lady's going to try to get to backwards. So I'm going to leave this rather flat, and I'm going to catch her by the front of the rib. Just make sure that your right hand is below the boobs. And as I take her through here, I'm releasing her for just a second and then re-grabbing. It doesn't need to necessarily have connection and friction going across her to the rib. So release and just re-grab. Here's where I took some liberties to do something a little bit different. So this is 3 and 4, and I trap this wrist over the top. I'm gonna step across her and bring her back, and bring her back again, and have her go into an anchor step that travels a bit, and just take this hand over the top. I can do that anchor with her, of course, if I wanted to, or I can just wait. And then from here, I'm gonna give her a 1, 2. I wanna be on my 2 and give her the spin lead before I do my triple step. And I see guys oftentimes go 1, 2, and they get to the 2, and they're already doing their triple and spinning her, and it doesn't look as meaty, doesn't look as dude. So if you wanna make that look a little more dude, stay on the prep until after you lead. So 1, 2, lead. Then do your triple if you want that to look a little bit meatier. From the other side, this goes 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, 6, now 7 and 8. 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, and 6. Thank you very much, Kristen. Thanks for watching, you guys. Hit that little thumbs up down there and make it turn blue. And that helps us a great deal and helps circulate the stuff that we're trying to give to the world. And we appreciate you watching. Thanks much.